Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today's video is about how to close a opening or a gap in the wall. So this is what we have at hand. There is this wall and opening here. So we are going to try and close this off so that the wall can be used to hang picture frames or shelves or maybe something else. So we are going to do the project in three parts. Part one would be to create a kind of a structure with wood here, and then we are going to put a OSB board on top of it, and then a gyprock drywall board on top of it that should close the gap off nicely. Now the OSB board is not really required to do this kind of work, but putting it behind the drywall board actually adds to the strength. And also if you want to hang like a picture or a clock or anything else, then you don't really need to find where are the wooden studs, so helps it in that regard. And once everything is done, we have to plaster the cracks and the joints. So we have to remove this slab before getting started. I think just hammering it should do the job. It's off. So the frame is ready. We are going to tap it in with a hammer and make sure it fits perfectly. So now that the structure is ready, we are going to screw this to the sides and make sure that it doesn't move. I'm going to use normal long screws. These are 6 by 100. Part is to make sure that the gap from the front of the wall and the construction wood structure is than the combined thickness of the OSB and the drywall board, which in our case is 2.8 centimeters. So we are making sure that the gap is at least 2.8 centimeter. Now it can be more in places because this is not exactly straight. Walls are never straight.
Now that the OSB board is in place, I am securing it against the construction wood structure with normal wood screws.
Now going to cut the drywall gypsum board according to size. My friend Sap is going to do this. He's kind of the expert in cutting drywall boards. He has done this quite a number of times now. So cutting the gypsum drywall boards is actually quite an easy task. Just have to measure out a straight line and then take a hobby knife and then run along the straight line. It doesn't even have to be very heavy or quite deep. You just need to make sure that you cut through the top paper layer of the block, and then once that is done, just take the block to one side and bend it a little bit, and it's done. Cut through the whole block, and that would separate out the work piece. So the sides of the drywall board are a little bit rough and uneven. The best way to deal with this is to use a sanding block. Just try to smoothen it out.
I am now securing the drywall boards against the OSB board with the help of special drywall screws. Again, it is important to make sure that the screws are not longer than the combined thickness of the drywall and the OSB board. Now I am using caulk to fill up the gap between this drywall board and the top wall, but you can also use a drywall filler if you like.
I'm going to start with the plaster now. In this video we are not going to go into the details of how to do the plaster. For that there is another video which you can check out using the link above. Now before we do the plaster or before we start with the plaster, what we need to do is use this tape. This is kind of a special tape which is used to cover the joint between the drywall board and the actual wall, or if there are multiple drywall boards. behind us is ready. We let the plaster dry overnight and then painted on it, and this is the result that you see. So I hope this video helps you if there is a similar project that is to be done. Also, if there are any questions or feedback, please do let us know in the comment section. And also please do subscribe to the channel so that we can continue making more videos like this. And thanks for watching.